Okay, now in these next few videos, what I'd like to do is show you how to put together your very first webinar. Now, it's really simple, and all you got to do is just follow my steps and you'll be just fine. Now, what you want to do is you need to go to WebiWave.com, where we are right now, and you want to come over here to the right and you want to click Sign In. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to put your email address and your password in the boxes here. So I'm just going to quickly pause the video and put this information in. Okay, so now that you've signed in, the next thing that's going to pop up is this back-end office where you've got delete selected webinar, new webinar, start hangout. You've also got upcoming webinars and past webinars. Now, don't worry about these right now. You won't see anything. The reason why you're seeing something here is because I have done some past webinars. I've used WebiWave as a classroom platform so that all of my students can come to one page and one location, be able to ask questions and everything. And again, WebiWave is a fantastic webinar platform, but it's also a great platform to teach from as well. I actually also know a professor in Canada who's going to be leveraging WebiWave in a similar way, but also going to use it as a way to sell. So, fantastic tool. Again, of course, why would I be here if it wasn't? Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to click on New Webinar. Now, it's going to pop up this next screen, and the next thing you want to do is put in the name of the webinar and the start date for the webinar. Now, this won't be displayed to the public. The next screen, the next title will be. So this is just for your purposes only. It shows you in the back office what you just saw, the name and the title of the webinar. So again, I'm going to quickly pause this and I'm going to name it and set the start date. Okay, so I have titled and I have set the start date. Now I have a show on YouTube with my good friend Frank Schwartz. It's called the WSO Show, and Chris Ramsey actually gets to be the first guest for our show. And I figured, what better way to teach people how to set up a webinar than to set up a webinar with an interview with the very awesome Chris Ramsey. Now, the next thing, we've got the start date. Now, this is where you put in the date and time. Remember, the time is set to Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm in Mountain Time, and this interview is going to start today for me at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, so on and so forth. Remember, time is Eastern. Now click on Next Step, and it's going to pull up the next step. Now this is the sales page. This is technically what everyone is going to see on the actual page that you direct them to when they go to the webinar. So I'm going to again pause it, and I'm going to put in a headline. I am not going to put in a headline URL, but if you wanted a banner, you would simply upload the banner to maybe an Amazon S3 or some kind of hosting where you could go and get the URL, the web address of the image. And what this will do is go and grab the image and display it above the actual video feed where people are going to watch it. So there's going to be this headline at the very top of the page, and just underneath that headline is going to be this header image. That's where the banner would be, and then below that it's going to say click to play, and below that it's going to have the actual video player. Alright, now this here is called the call to action button. This will come much later, but this is where you need to enter some kind of either a buy button or an opt-in code or an opt-in box, or even just some text. You can literally insert HTML, and all you got to do is just click this right here, the HTML button, and what it does is it grabs this HTML source editor, and you can grab again like the opt-in form for your squeeze page, and after you're finished with the webinar, you can say, all right folks, we're finished and I don't want to sell you anything, but here is how you can opt into my list and get this free gift or something like that. And what happens is, again, you'll see it later, is there's this button where it says you can click on it. It says show buy button, and you click on that and that will display. Again, this is in this area. This is the text and the HTML code you will input here, and it's really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a minute, show you what everything looks like, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the video because now we're going on 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and enter this information in. Now that we're back, I wanted to show you that I put the headline in again. The last headline I put in was just the name of the webinar. Now the name of the webinar and the headline of the show, I just decided should be the same thing. Again, the name of the webinar is meant for you and your own purposes. Your viewers will not see that part, but they will see this, the headline, and this is what I want people to see. I want them to see WSO show, my show, Chris Ramsey interview. That's going to be at the top. Again, I don't need the headliner, the header image, but again, it's simple enough to just upload a banner image up to your website or hosting or however you have this set up. Upload that image, and all you need is the URL, the web address of where that image is being hosted, and you put it in here and you'll have a banner. Since Chris Ramsey is a really smart guy, and since this is a great teaching example, I went ahead and took the affiliate code that I had and stuck it in the HTML editor so that later I can show you what this buy button looks like. So all I did again was I clicked this HTML button and it brought up this box. I copied and pasted the code, this HTML code, and then I just click update, and it's simple as that. Now this is just a line of text, it's not an image, but again it gives you an example of what this looks like. And when I click the button in the actual live webinar, I'll click show buy button and it'll show this link, this text. When people click on it, it'll take people there. So, you know, not really as powerful as, say, like an image, but again, this shows you the example here. Oh, and finally, this is the video embed code. This comes later. Don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to end this video by encouraging you to click next step, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you in the next video.